what if your lawnmower had a brain? Digital controls at your fingertips to adjust your settings, turbo power that stays on until you want to turn it off, and also batteries that double as portable chargers and it folds up like a laptop. Litholy claims they didn't just build a mower, they reimagined it. And the best part is, currently priced less than $350. Let's get to the unboxing and check out Easy Surge brushless self-propelled lawnmower. Big thanks to Litholy for sending us mowers so we can put it to the test. Now, setup is ridiculously easy. No tools, no bolts. The handle just clicks in and you're good to go. I think it took me longer to take a stick of gum out of the pack than it took to unbox Easy Surge. The Easy Surge comes as a complete kit. You get two 20,000 milliampere batteries, a fast charger, and of course, the Easy Surge. Now, as you can see, the Easy Surge, it looks straight out of the future. And unlike traditional lawnmowers, the Easy Surge comes with a control panel, what they call the Surge panel, which looks straight up out of a Formula One car. And that is the heart and brains of the device. Let's talk about what Litholy is promising us about the Easy Surge. Litholy boasts that this is the highest RPM in its sub 20-inch category, thanks to that overclocking motor hitting up to 4,100 RPMs. The unique Surge panel has a one-button control for height of cut and also cutting modes, which includes 6 electronic height of cut adjustments ranging from 1 inch to 3 inches, which is good for most grass types. And the self-propel options that range between 1.3 miles per hour and 2.9 miles per hour. Now, I mean, look at this thing. It's got a futuristic sports car inspired design that's also practical and safe. Their proprietary Easy Surge system for extra power in tough conditions, which we'll get to in a minute, an extended runtime of up to 50 minutes with 2 batteries, and a whopping 100 minutes with 4 batteries, covering up to half an acre. Plus, those U20 batteries double as portable power banks. And we've got a 3-second fast folding design for up to 75% less storage space. It was designed as a 2-in-1 system that gives you both the option of rear bagging and mulching. It also comes complete with a quick charging technology, complete with overheat protection. And they're even thinking green with over 96% recyclable parts. It's easy to say, this isn't your grandpa's mower. This thing is packed with smart tech. But a mower's got to do more than just look cool, so I'm testing this thing across 4 tough lawn conditions, from simple trims to overgrown bluegrass and even a weed jungle. Now, the only thing left to do is to start the mow. Now, I've got this divided in several different categories. We're gonna start off with my Kentucky bluegrass. I've got the height of cut right now at about 3.5 inches. It's very full Kentucky bluegrass. We're gonna bring that down just a maintenance cut at 3 inches. Then we're gonna move on to our scalp cut on my ryegrass. We're also going to bag on the ryegrass. The height of cut currently on the ryegrass is about 1.4. I'm gonna bring that down to about 1.25 inches. Now, the other lawn that I have would be considered the overgrown lawn. I've got seed heads that are 2.5 feet tall on this lawn, and we've got some Rhizomatous Johnson grass and also some orchard and quack grass that's really overgrown. So I just love me some little happy accidents. Turns out I forgot to pull out the plugger on the machine, and I was looking at the cut quality. It was just so clean that I was confused because it had been mulching, and I went through some taller grass, right? But look, for the most part, clean cut, not a lot of garbage sitting on top. Let's get this plugger out and actually do the job right. Hey, nice little mow here. I mean, check this out. The results, nice, clean cut. Got some killer stripes on my lawn. Plenty of power. Matter of fact, I didn't even use the surge power. I just kept it on the normal. Cut quality is decent. I ended up kind of changing paces a little bit. I felt like this was just too easy for the machine, so I took the height of cut down another 2 notches. So I cut from 3.5, 4 inches down to 2.5 inches. Cut quality, look at this. It's cutting real clean, which means I'm not gonna get that kind of hazy brown over my lawn. Color's gonna stay really nice. The bagger Matter of fact, I gotta say, if anything, I was gonna be a little bit negative about the bagging system because it's a different design, right? Sometimes change is just a little difficult, but I was a little afraid that this handle was just gonna not be super convenient. Look at how easy that comes off. And look, it's pushing it in the bag really nicely, layering in the bag nicely. Pretty happy with this. Let's move on to cut number 2. Now, as far as my ryegrass goes, I keep my ryegrass at about anywhere between 1.4 and 2 inches at a time. And I find that it's very difficult to cut. This is the before shot that I wanted to show you guys. We'll see what afterwards looks like. But the reason why it's difficult to cut is because it's a really thin blade, but it's also really thick. So most mowers struggle with it. Let's see how it goes. So I always feel like there's something new to learn on every single mow that you do about a machine. And the lesson I've learned is this is the second time that I've dumped the clippings, but you can see the vacuum power on this is fantastic. I'm getting up little raw pieces every single time I mow. It was able to power through my ryegrass, and it rivals the mowers that I'm using that are 2 to 3 times the price. And it's got a lift on the blade that allows for both mulching and bagging. It's nice, but check this out. We're gonna pull it over here to my fescue section because I wanna see how well it's going to pull up all these maple seeds. I had such good results on my ryegrass. And I always forget about this little patch of fescue that I have. So it's gonna be a good little test. But here on my rye, it didn't pull them all out, but it pulled like 90% of all the seed pods that are dropping this time of the year from the maple tree. So this is gonna be a fun little test. Let's check out the results. Okay, so one cut, and look at our results. In the bag, we have so many seed pods. But the one thing I'm liking here is the grass is cut really, really fine. I mean, we've got anywhere between one inch cut on down to fine little ground dust here. But I mean, the amount of seed pods I just picked up with the cut, unbelievable. Then we've got a job left, and we've gone through about 2,700 square feet of grass. And as far as the battery goes, we've got about 2 ticks left on here. Considering the next job are gonna be high demand, let's go ahead and charge it and see how long it takes. Let's dive into the surge panel and the convenience that it gives us to do a direct comparison of the options between just a traditional lawnmower versus the Easy Surge. Now, first off, let's talk about adjusting the bars. Both bars adjust between 55 degrees and 45 degrees with a simple click here, here. Then I lower and here and here. So what did Lithely do? They made it a one-touch option where we bring it from 55 down to 45. And we're done. If we go to height of cut, this is where things get really, really interesting. Height of cut on this one's pretty inconvenient because I have to go on every single wheel. Let's raise it up to 3 inches to keep it fair. And we go to 3 inches. I'm gonna go to this side, do the same thing, 3 inches, and then adjust this wheel up there. Now, on the Lithely, here we go. This is how cool it is. You know, I just wave the little wand here and voila, no bending over. We're all the way up to 3 inches. One of the other things I absolutely love about the surge panel is seeing the level of the battery, where on this, I have to stop mowing, I have to open the battery area, and then I have to push the button on the battery to see how much battery I got. Now, both these models have brushless motors. This one goes up to 4,100 RPMs, which rivals gas power, which is just incredible. Now, this one has a system called Torque on Demand, where it takes the RPMs way up, but it has to detect itself when it gets into rougher conditions. So Lithely's answer to this is, let's just go ahead and give the users option to overclock. And me and my buddies were just talking about this. What if there was a mower out there that would just let you use the overclock power? Because a lot of times we want a better cut, we know our lawns are thicker, and having the option for more power is always good. Sure, we know the battery life isn't gonna last the same, but give us more power. So what do? Well, on our surge panel, we've actually got that option called Easy Surge. So we turn the motor on like so. It's just brilliant, really. Ultimately, this is just packed full of features that make the mowing experience that much easier. This is my mow salon. This is kind of a cool story. I knocked on the guy's door. It turns out he broke his foot and the lawn got way overgrown. I mean, we've got parts of this lawn that are going to be almost 15 inches tall. And we've got a mixture of bluegrass, Rhizomatous Johnson grass, we've got some orchard grass, we've got a little bit of everything in this lawn. This lawn threw the kitchen sink right at us. We're really gonna push lithely to see how well this thing mows. Oh, I gotta eat rocks. When the homeowner told me that he really wanted this mulched, I kind of grimaced a little bit, and I'm not a big fan of mulching because you usually can't just power through something like this. As you can see by the time-lapse footage, I didn't stop. This thing didn't bog down, and I even gave it all I got. I put it up to the 2.6 mile per hour. I did not put on the surge power, but I will say this, what I noticed is the mower did detect the heavy, dense grass, and it did feel like it bumped up the RPMs. Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt that way. I used 3/4 of the battery on this. I would say this is around 1,200 to 1,500 square feet. So I'm pretty sure that it did pull in the surge power. Now, is it 100% correct? No. If I cross-cut it, it would look really, really fine. Did I have a few clumps of grass here and there? Yes, but nothing that I would have imagined. I would have imagined to see just dense clumps of grass every, 3 to 6 feet, and not the case. This is impressive. Let's go over my favorite part of the video, which is going over the pros and the cons. Now, first off, from a design aspect and reimagining the lawnmower, they did a fantastic job. And the surge panel and the smart controller is something that you're just not going to understand how convenient it is until you actually try it out. Now, if you're already using a battery operated mower, you know how frustrating it gets when you simply just don't know when the batteries are about to run out, and the control panel just solves that. Also, having the option to use full power on a battery operated mower, it's awesome. You don't have to worry about the thing doing some weird calculation to give you full power. You simply push a button and it gives you full power. And that's been my top complaint out of any battery operated mower. Now, as for some of the cons, this has been a tough one. I'm really having to be super picky about that. With that said, when you use this self-propelled button, there is a slight delay from the time you push the button to the point where it's self-propelled, which I really didn't feel like that was that big of a deal. And I also wish they had a lever or control on the panel to switch between mulching and bagging. But at the price point coming in at $350, I feel like it's a big ask and really not that big of a deal. And most of us are either gonna be mulching all the time or we're always going to be bagging. Now, other than these minute things, it's a solid buy. The mower cuts well, it's easy to maneuver, and oh, one thing I forgot to mention, it's not super heavy, which makes it so anybody can use this mower. And the way that they designed it, it's well balanced in the hand. Not to mention that the batteries are dual purpose and can be used to charge your devices. It just adds a level of practicality you don't usually see with lawn care equipment. And I'll be using these batteries over the winter when the mower is just sitting in storage. As a friendly reminder, you'll find the product link in the video description below. You can get the Easy Surge 18.5-inch lawnmower for $299 by applying the $50 off code. And check out the most popular product ever, the IPS Super Battery SE. It's an innovative 2-in-1 power source that fits all DIY tools and serves as a power bank for your digital devices. Grab the unbeatable deal at just $9.99 with free shipping. And in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up down in the comments down below. You know I'd love to help you guys out. Until next time, guys, the best of lawn, Ginger. We're slaying lawns.